In these problems, we're being given a fraction, what's called an improper fraction in this case, where the number on the top, the numerator, is bigger than the number on the bottom, the denominator. And that's okay. There's nothing really improper about it. That's just the name it's been given. And we're being asked to rewrite these as mixed numbers. So what is a mixed number? Well, a mixed number is like 1.5. It has a whole number part and a fraction part. So anything that's an improper fraction, it's got something bigger on top than on the bottom, can be rewritten as a mixed number. So our job is to do that. There are a couple different ways you might approach this. I think the most foolproof method is actually to divide. Remember, any fraction is a division problem. So we can take 17 and divide it by 8. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask myself is how many 8s go into 1? Well, none. How many 8s go into 17? Well, 2 times 8 is 16, so I think 2 is the place to start. So 2 times 8 is 16. And I've got nothing else to bring down, so I have a remainder of 1. So this is our remainder. The whole number is going to be this part. So our whole number is 2. Our remainder is going to be the numerator of the fraction, and the denominator of the fraction is going to be our original denominator. So 17/8 is the same as 2 and 1/8. Now doing this division and getting the remainder to find the numerator of the fraction part, that always works. You may get so good at this you can kind of do it in your head. You might ask yourself, how many 8s are there in 17? And you'd say, well, I can fit 2 in there, 16 with 1 left over. That's 2 and 1/8. So if that works for you, go ahead and do it. If that's a little confusing, try the division and remainder method. There is another thing you could do. You could do this division on a calculator. But it's a little harder to do it that way. Let me show you what you get. If I punch in 17 divided by 8 on a calculator, I get 2.125. So the whole number part is 2, just like we said, but then you've got this 0.125. What is that? Well, 0.125 actually equals 1/8. But if you don't know that, it's a little hard to sort this out. So you could try on the calculator to get the whole number part, but then you're still going to be stuck for the fraction part. All right, let's try one more for practice. So 19/5. So I'm going to go ahead and divide 19 by 5. And let's see, 5 times 4 is 20. That's too big, so 5 times 3 we'd better do. So 5 times 3 is 15. And I subtract here, and that leaves 4. No 5's go into 4, so we're done. And this is our remainder right here, remainder of 4. So our whole number part is 3, and our numerator of our fraction is 4, and the denominator is that 5 that we had originally. So 19/5 is the same as 3 and 4/5. If you had tried this on a calculator, you would have gotten 3.8. And this one might actually be a little easier. The whole number part is the 3, so that's fine. And then, so this is 3 and 0.8. Well, this is the tenths place, so this is 3 and 8/10. You're almost there, except you'd need to simplify that fraction. If you divided the top and the bottom by 2, you'd get that 3 and 4/5. So sometimes the calculator can actually give you an answer that might be easier than doing the division by hand. Either way, that is a little bit of work with converting improper fractions to mixed numbers.